Hey cousins, hey Kim folks, what's good? It's your girl real life plug. And I'm about to tell y'all about CNA Baddie Camp. My bad, y'all. I've been going live for like 3 hours. I just did a live on Instagram. I did a live on Facebook, and now I'm going live on YouTube, and I'm about to go live on TikTok after this. And I might go live from my personal Instagram. So tap in. Tap in. It's everywhere. What is CNA Baddie Camp? CNA Baddie Camp is where we equip men and women with the tools and resources needed for permanent change in their lives through entrepreneurship by cultivating a culture of elevated experiences. Love that. Yes. So what does that really mean? Baddie Camp, CNA Baddie Camp is like a retreat. It's like a retreat. It will be hosted at a 15-bedroom mansion in Orlando, Florida. The theme of our first camp is cousin. What's good, girl? What's going on with you, shawty? The theme of our first camp is mind, body, spirit, and soul. I will be opening camp with spirit and closing with soul. We have facilitators coming to speak on financial literacy, teaching you the jargon, the language, and the vocabulary of success. We have a life coach coming to get that mind together. We will be discussing in our group session the trauma induced by the nursing industry. We have a facilitator coming to teach you how to establish a non-medical home health agency, as well as how to start selling wholesale uniform nursing scrubs. And we have a personal physical trainer coming, and a personal chef will be providing all of the meals for the entire duration of Baddie Camp. So Baddie Camp, y'all about to meet Marley. She's about to bust up in here. Marley. She's trying to act like she's not right there, but y'all heard the feed. So Baddie Camp is a retreat for medical professionals who want to change their lives through entrepreneurship permanently. A lot of other conventions and retreats and conferences, they teach you how to still be slaves while elevating yourself for the company or elevating yourself for that particular industry. They are teaching you how to still work for somebody else. At Baddie Camp, we are teaching you and equipping you how to work for yourself while building generational wealth, residual and passive income for yourself by yourself. Tap in with it. Every night we're going to have an event. On Thursday night, we're having a sleepover, talking about pillow fights, s'mores, pranks, face masks, big puffy slippers and robes and all that, all the music, in sync, all that. Not really in sync. I don't know why I said that, but slumber party Thursday night. On Friday night, we will be having a cookout. It's a cookout. Oh, cookout. And then Saturday evening, we will be having a CNA ball / gala / dance. We are still trying to figure out what to call it, because a ball is usually indicative of dancing and celebration, while a gala is more so for raising money. And we're not raising money for this event. We're raising awareness about being CNAs and entrepreneurship and things like that. And the ball gala dance is taking place inside of the Baddie Camp mansion. So it's like, what do we call it? Either way, put on your prom gown, your tuxedo, whatever makes you feel like your baddest, most bossed up self. That is what we want you to wear on Saturday night, formal wear at the CNA Ball Gala Dance. Sunday afternoon, we will be having a recovery brunch. I'm 28. I can't recover from partying like I used to, so I need a brunch, which will be provided by our personal chef. And Monday afternoon is checkout time. I'm so excited for CNA Baddie Camp. excuse me, I'm excited to equip men and women with what they need, the tools and the resources that, number one, I wish I had when I had first gotten into business. Like I just said, I'm 28 and I've had at least 3 businesses fail. And one of them I just got fired from 2 weeks ago for actually producing this event. I was told that if you're going to produce Baddie Camp, you can no longer work for this company. And I wholeheartedly believe and still believe with every fiber of my being that the world needs Baddie Camp. It does not need what that company is trying to do. That company is not adding to the world. It's not. Baddie Camp is. And the fact that they were even like, you know, it's this or that lets me know that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. We have baddies coming from California to Orlando. We have baddies coming from New Mexico, Seattle, New Mexico. I already said New Mexico. New Mexico, Colorado, New Jersey, Baltimore, Virginia. We got baddies right there in Orlando that will be attending Baddie Camp. It's going to be lit, okay? So those coaches or counselors that I mentioned earlier, each one of them will be providing a session during the daytime on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We will have a group session in which we discuss trauma induced by the nursing industry, and on Thursday and Friday on Friday and Saturday afternoons, we'll break out into our one-on-one sessions. Depending on how you answer your questionnaire when RSVPing for camp is how we will determine what session you belong in or what session would fit you the best. If you choose to be a full-time baddie, you will have the opportunity to have a one-on-one session with 2 coaches of your choosing. So if you want to meet with the personal trainer and the financial literacy coach, you can do that. If you want to have a session with the life coach and the establishing business credit coach, you can do that as well. There is something for everybody. Full-time baddies will also have an in-house massage. They will also be receiving a luxury, genuine leather travel bag sponsored and gifted by Stylish Professional Scrubs and Apparel, which is also the facilitator for how to wholesale uniform nursing scrubs and establishing a non-medical home healthcare agency. So one of our facilitators is actually gifting us full-time baddies with something. Excuse me. Full-time Baddie attendees will also have a 5-frame, 1-look photo shoot. So on the night of the gala slash ball slash dance, you will be professionally photographed in your gown, in your tux, in your 2-piece, whatever you choose to wear to the ball slash gala slash dance. You will be photographed and you'll be able to strike 5 stunning poses. They will be professionally photographed and edited, and we will send them back to you maybe with like in a week or so of the ball. In addition to those photos, all attendees will receive professional headshots at the meet and greet brunch on Thursday afternoon. So when you step off the plane at whatever airport you're landing in, please come dressed to impress. Come to the whatever makes you feel like your most bossed up, baddest self. Like, that's what we want to see the entire Baddie Camp. Even if it's just jeans and a t-shirt, don't worry about it. Whatever makes you feel like a boss, that's what we want to see you in the entire Baddie Camp. Now, the ball, if you never went to prom, if you never owned a gown, this is the event to grab a gown for. This is the event to get dressed up for and celebrate your hard work and dedication to the nursing industry and mission. Excuse me. My allergies are kicking my butt. I'm back on the side of the world. Excuse me. Where there are trees. And pollen. And it is kicking my butt. Plus it's a little hot in here. I've been live. for about 3 hours. So I'm a little hot. I was doing really good, right? Giving very much Katie Couric. What's his name? John Lennon. He just got fired from CNN. CNN, hire me. Hire me. Part-time though, because I still gotta produce Baddie Camp. I'm sorry, y'all. I got asthma. I'm a little hot. Okay, so anyway. If you want to wear a gown, you want to get turned up, you want to get ladylike, unladylike, you want to get turned up, whatever the case may be, the CNA ball slash gala slash dance is the place for you to be. The recovery brunch will take place on Sunday. I cannot party like a rock star like I used to anymore, so I definitely need a recovery brunch. Sunday is also the day that those one-on-one sessions with the coaches will be taking place. And for those people not in a one-on-one session, we're probably going to take a group trip through the streets of Orlando and hang out the window with our wretched ass friends. Let's go. That's what we're gonna do Sunday afternoon. But I'm extremely excited for Baddie Camp. I know that like I just said, what is going to partake at Baddie Camp, what is going to happen, some of those healing conversations that we're going to have, releasing some of that trauma, especially work-induced trauma, is just going to be able to propel a lot of us into our future in walking in the freedom and the fullness of our future. So I'm super excited to be equipping men and women with the tools and resources necessary for permanent change in their lives through entrepreneurship by cultivating a culture of elevated experiences. It's going to be lit. Okay. Like I was saying earlier, I actually got fired from my job for producing this event. If you've been watching me, if you subscribe, if you're a subscriber watching this or watching a replay, y'all know that I was a CEO of a staffing agency. I don't want to get sued for character defamation or anything like that. Just go back and watch my content and you will have the name of the agency. And the truth of the matter is that there was no agency. There was no legitimate company. There was no staff, policy and procedures, mission, vision statement, no other employees. It was literally just me creating content about a company that did not exist. For a company that did not exist. And I think that maybe another day, another live, we'll get all the way into all of that. But if you remember my content from New Mexico, that is the agency that I'm talking about. Since New Mexico, since y'all seen me in New Mexico, I got fired from that job. Yes, the job that I had 24 hours to move to California for. Yes, that job I got fired from. So I've just been going through some things like mentally and emotionally, like really questioning myself and doubting myself and just trying to pull myself back together. So that's part of the reason why y'all haven't seen any new content from me. It's the main reason why y'all haven't seen any new content from me. In addition to the fact that they took the hard drive that had all of the rest of Done Up, the post-op recovery series on it. They took the hard drive and the computer with all of my content on it and refused to give it back. So that's why Done Up ended where it ended. That's why there is no season 2 of Travel Talk Podcast yet. That's why there's just a lot of things that have not been happening on this channel because I'm in a transitional space and place, and I chose what I believed in over that company. So that has just given me a whole lot more room, time, space, and opportunity to go harder for all of the things that I believe in, stand on, agree with, and just know that Baddie Camp is needed. It's needed. Like, other places, other entities, other jobs, like other conventions and stuff, like they just teach you how to continue working for somebody else, not how to get it on your own, not how to become independent or become an independent contractor. They don't teach you any of the jargon or the dialect or the language needed for success beyond the four walls and the confines of their businesses or their institutions. And at Baddie Camp, we're going to teach you all of the aforementioned things while providing you with a safe space, community, and network that you can depend on to hold you accountable both for your excuse me, both for your business goals as well as your personal goals. And I know that for me, I need some allergy medicine. I'm about to go to Family Dollar after this. I can't take this. That for me in the earlier stages, earlier or beginning stages of entrepreneurship, what I've learned at 7 years into legitimate entrepreneurship, I wish I would have known that at the beginning. And so that's what we're going to teach you at CNA Baddie Camp. We're going to be sharing our stories, myself and other successful business owners, both men, other successful business owners. And it's just going to be a good time. It's going to be a really great time. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I told y'all at the beginning of the live, I did a Instagram live, a Facebook live, and now I'm on live with y'all. So it feels like what took me 30 minutes to say, 30, 40 minutes to say on Instagram live is only taking me about 15 minutes to say here on YouTube. But I just want the CNAs to know that there is something out here for us beyond pizza in the break room. We see that the nurses have their nurses ball and they have nurses week in Miami, and that the nurses have all these other things. There is something out here for CNAs. There is a way for you to be celebrated. We know about TravCon, which is more so, for the nurses more than it is for allied health professionals. We know about CNA Fest, but it's CNA Fest. This particular event is not just about being a CNA. You don't even have to be a CNA to qualify for this. I named it CNA Baddie Camp because that's where I started. That's my roots, is being a CNA. I'm a CNA, and I know that for CNA week, all we get is like pizza in the break room, pens and lunch boxes and shit with the company name on it. I don't want that. I lose that stuff within the first day of getting it, or sometimes I just leave it right there at work. You feel me? Like, I don't care about that. Give me something that shows me that you really appreciate me as a member of your team and as a member of your company. And unfortunately, companies are just not doing that. Facilities are just not doing that. All they want to do is feed us physically and pay us just enough to keep us coming back. So at CNA Baddie Camp, I'm going to teach you, myself and others, we're going to teach you how to celebrate yourself on a day-to-day basis, how to establish a business, learn some of the language and the jargon necessary for owning a business. LLC Twitter would tell you, oh, just get an LLC, get an EIN, walk in the bank and apply for a $30,000 loan with your EIN or your LLC. And sorry, y'all. That is just not what you should just not do that. You should not do that. Don't do that. Please do not let the internet talk you into taking out a $30,000 loan for a business that does not even have any source of income, that has no clientele. Do not go take out a $30,000 loan just because LLC Twitter told you to. Please don't do that. Don't do that. We are going to get more into the types of things that you need and are required for you to legally set up and establish a business at Baddie Camp. There are 3 packages, 3 tiers to Baddie Camp. There's the full-time Baddie. Full-time Baddies will be housed at the Baddie Camp mansion. Transportation is also included in your package. You will be picked up from the airport in a 15-passenger Sprinter van and brought immediately to the Baddie Camp mansion. And that Sprinter van will be our transportation for the duration of camp. You will also receive a 5-frame, 1-look photo shoot on the night of the ball/gala. You will also receive an in-house massage by a professional massage therapist, 2 one-on-one sessions with a coach or counselor of your choosing, and I think I said professional headshots at the brunch. And I think there's one other thing that I'm slightly forgetting, but stay tuned. Make sure y'all watch the content. Make sure y'all pay attention to the community section of the page, because that is where I will be posting more content about Baddie Camp. And the cost for the full-time Baddie, I believe, is $2,450. A non-refundable deposit of $500 is required, and that is due by May 20th, 2023. Final installations and payments should be made by July 1st to secure and lock in your date. To secure and lock in your room at the Baddie Camp Mansion. A non-refundable deposit of $500 is due by May 20th. We also have the part-time Baddie package that does not include housing at the Baddie Camp Mansion. However, it does give you access to the hotel block. We will have a hotel nearby that our transportation team will pick you up at the beginning of the training day and return you home at the end of the nighttime activities or the evening activities. And ideally, we would like to get it pretty close so that way, if people want to make stops in between, or, they want to go back to their room in between a session or something, then you want to get an Uber that, is still close by, wherever the case may be. So you'll have access to the hotel block. You will also have transportation picked up from the airport and returned to the airport to and from the Baddie Camp. You will also be receiving a professional headshot at the meet and greet brunch. You will also receive a gift backpack. So we have a backpack. That one is not sponsored by Stylish Professional Squares and Apparel, but it's going to be nice regardless. And I believe that the cost for the part-time Baddie package is $1,450. There's also a $500 deposit that is non-refundable required to secure your spot at camp. And finally, our last package is the PRN Baddie package, or the As Needed Baddie package. That Baddie is a Baddie that just wants to show up, get the knowledge. She ain't really too concerned about all the mixing and intermingling and whatnot. She might have some friends and family she's staying with in Orlando. She might already live in Orlando and just want to attend for the sessions and be a part of the events and things like that. The PRN Baddie package is, I believe, $950 with a non-refundable deposit of $500 due by May 1st. Final payments should be made July 2nd. Yeah. And that's Baddie Camp, baby. Baddie Camp or bust. Baddie Camp or bust, for real. How to find information about Baddie Camp, because this is YouTube. I don't think I can put the link. I will try to come back later on and put the Eventbrite link. But if you want to make your payment today or before I update the website, as I explained, I was fired from my job. They took all of my equipment, so it's a little bit more difficult for me to update the website and stuff right now. They took all of my content, so whatever I don't have on my phone, I have to make new content. Even if it's just like educational, like a post, like, a flyer or something like that for y'all to read, I have to make all new those things, you know what I'm saying? So it's just taking me a little bit of time plus what I have weighing on me mentally and emotionally, and physically, because I've just had to move again. And so, there's just quite a bit going on mentally and emotionally. So it's taking its toll on me, but I'm coming up out of it. The fact that I've been live today, and I've been live on 3 platforms, it's progress. Plus, I know that the world is waiting. The world is waiting on Baddie Camp, and I don't want to be responsible for the lives that I was supposed to change but did not change, because I was sitting around on my do nothing, doing nothing, feeling sad and sorry for myself. So there's that. Baddie Camp, August 10th through the 14th, Orlando, Florida. Deposit is due May 20th. Final payments are due July 1st. And I thank you all so much for your support and for tuning in. If you have any questions, please comment on this live or another video on the channel. And I'll see y'all next time.